In the hustle and bustle of the modern world, it sometimes feels like we've lost something fundamental that used to define us as humans. As we've advanced technologically, culturally and socially, we've also moved further away from some core values that held societies together in the past. Let's explore how humanity's values have shifted and in some ways diminished in today's fast-paced, individualistic world. Connection to family and community. In the old days, family wasn't just a group of people you lived with, it was your entire support system. The extended family played a crucial role in society, and community was everything. Respect for elders, care for children, and a sense of belonging to a larger whole were the cornerstones of human interaction. People lived their lives based on shared values and collective well-being. The family was a unit that supported each other through thick and thin, and the community played an integral role in shaping one's identity and moral compass. The importance of generational wisdom, respect for elders, and contributing to the collective good was prioritized. In contrast, today's world is marked by individualism. Many families live farther apart, and the sense of close-knit community is fading. Technology, while connecting us globally, has made face-to-face interactions less frequent. The nuclear family, often isolated, has become the dominant structure, and even within it, personal ambitions often outweigh the collective needs of the family. Today, respect is often tied to personal success, how much one can achieve or acquire on their own, rather than how one contributes to the well-being of others. The sense of shared responsibility for each other's lives, struggles and well-being has diminished. We've become disconnected not just from nature, but from each other. Reverence for nature and the earth. In ancient times, people honored nature as a sacred force. Agrarian societies in particular depended on the land and understood the importance of sustainable living. They lived in harmony with the natural world, seeing themselves as caretakers, not conquerors. The idea of the earth as a living being was widespread in many ancient cultures, from the Greeks and Romans to Native American tribes and indigenous people worldwide. The earth was seen as a sacred gift. People respected the land, the seasons, and the elements. Rituals were conducted to give thanks for bountiful harvests and to ask for forgiveness when resources were overexploited. It was understood that balance with nature was essential for survival. In today's world, nature has become something to exploit rather than something to respect. Industrialization, mass production, and consumerism have drastically shifted the way we interact with the earth. The exploitation of natural resources is now seen as a means to fuel economic growth, often at the cost of environmental degradation. We've traded respect for nature for convenience and profit. Climate change, deforestation, and pollution are stark reminders of how humanity has moved away from living in harmony with the earth. Our relationship with nature has become one of dominance rather than partnership. We've lost sight of the fact that the planet is not a resource to be endlessly consumed, but a home that needs to be cared for. Wisdom and integrity over material gain. In ancient societies, wisdom was the ultimate pursuit. Elders were revered for their life experiences, and their guidance was invaluable. Moral integrity, honor, and the pursuit of inner wisdom were highly respected. Whether in battle or in politics, leaders were expected to act with honor and care for their people's well-being. People respected those who demonstrated selflessness, moral clarity, and wisdom. The pursuit of virtue was considered the highest calling. Leaders were chosen based on their integrity, and honor in battle was celebrated as a mark of a true warrior. In contrast, today's society is often dominated by a focus on wealth, status, and appearance. Success is frequently defined by how much money you make, how many followers you have, or how you compare to others. Integrity can be compromised in the pursuit of success. People are often celebrated for their material achievements rather than their ethical or moral contributions. We live in an era where instant gratification and public recognition often outweigh the values of hard work, integrity, and wisdom. The rise of social media has only intensified this, as people are more likely to be respected for their online image or material wealth rather than their true character. The values of honor, virtue, and wisdom have, in many ways, taken a back seat to superficial measures of success. Spirituality versus materialism. Spirituality was central to life in many ancient cultures. People lived with a sense of connectedness to the divine, whether through gods, ancestors, or the natural world. Spiritual practices, rituals, and devotion were everyday occurrences, and respect for the unseen forces that guided their lives was a deep part of the human experience. Spirituality provided a framework for how to live a meaningful life, how to treat others, and how to cope with suffering. Religious and spiritual teachings guided morality, love, and the pursuit of peace. People were taught to respect what was unseen, understanding that life's true value went beyond the material. In contrast, the modern world often places materialism above spirituality. While people still seek fulfillment, the emphasis is on possessions, wealth, and personal achievements. In many parts of the world, spirituality has been relegated to the private sphere or diluted into consumerism through things like wellness trends or self-help movements. In a world increasingly obsessed with accumulation and consumption, we've lost the sense of something higher, something beyond ourselves. Spirituality, in many cases, has been overshadowed by the pursuit of worldly success and immediate satisfaction. Conclusion: the cost of progress. As we race toward progress, technology, and individual achievement, we sometimes forget the values that made us truly human. We've lost the deep connections to family, nature, wisdom, and spirituality that once defined our existence. In many ways, we've exchanged meaning for material gain and depth for surface-level success. Yet it's not too late. We can still reclaim the values of the past, values that gave us a sense of purpose, connection, and respect. It's time to bring back the balance between progress and purpose, individuality and community, material wealth and inner peace. This is high time we all look back and give our best to this world and to the generations coming forward.